Good evening, good morning, and hello everyone. Yeah, now we're jumping straight into this Tales. Got about an hour pushing for that. Echo, turn on stream glow. Kona should be up and running. There you go. I was like, come on. Got that running. We also will have what's it called? This week, State of Play Thursday. So I'll probably follow up with the stream, start off the stream with that next stream. That would be Thursday, so excited for that. Also haven't been feeling well, guys, so that's probably why I didn't catch me Sunday, so I streamed Monday instead. And behind on a video, just I think the summer heat has been catching up to me. Also laying the beard grow out, so we'll see how it looks in about 7 months. I need to clean up, touch that up really quick. Yeah, but with that, let's see how far we can get with else tonight. The goal is to beat it this week, so we'll find out if that's possible. All right, let us lower this, throw Spotify on this screen, throw this on this screen, through Elgato on the main full screen. Perfect.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Okay, and audio levels for everything else should be pretty good. Like, how does it sound on the back end? Hold on, I haven't tested that in a while. You know, given that it is my own stream, I should probably know the quality of what I'm giving you guys, forcing you guys to listen to is coming out. This is trying to see if we get an echo or anything in the background. All right, there you go.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together.
Probably ridicule people while you're doing it.
Faria and Tarnigan.
I really like the colored lighting of this, so.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed.
Oh, did not expect that one.
Despite Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir.
And that's leading to...
It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord.
And then you killed him.
Tarnigan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
Yo, these sunburns are killing me.
You mean he resorted to
tonight.
dirty tactics to try to win, right?
Most
But
likely.
then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself.
Yeah, too
The
late. He's
burden you've
definitely
placed
gonna
on
do
your
it.
own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Comments. There you go. Just
Do you
copy
think
that
he'll
and
be
take
all
it.
right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got
There.
Kisara.
It's
Oh, I
important to
didn't
have
put the
someone like
state.
that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
There, I grabbed the calendar for game shows now because I was missing that before.
Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
All right, what do we got? Ooh, we got new armor. Can I afford all of this? I think we're gonna do it. Buy everything. Buy everything. All right, so of course I'm missing everything for that. Oh, pump him up. Dark main for that one. Radiant light 3. Okay, we got everyone. Ooh, what is that? Might get that later.
Goes both ways.
You know, I kind of want this.
You've helped me keep going more.
By Regenerative Crystal.
More times than I can count.
Move escape, half of you cost 50%. Oh, that's a good one. All right, we're gonna roll through.
Yeah, but I still wanted to say thank you.
Listen,
Done.
apparently we're gonna get into
This is-
battle, so game's like prepping you for everything. Heal, grab this, grab that.
I see a medic in supply.
We're gonna drop a save on that.
Officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Of
Any
course.
way we can avoid fighting them?
That all
No.
depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Hold! I am Lord Dohalim of Elda Menencia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Yeah, just take them all out before we have to deal with more people.
Burning strike!
Water!
Take it! The flame inside me yearns to be lit. In an instant! Impact cross!
Dance in the wind!
An astral art?
Yeah, no, we're just gonna have this go through the entire part.
Down!
Smite with
Blow away!
Forbidden zones we're gonna go through. So if we can clear that tonight, looks like we'll have Ren last blade.
on your knees.
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! Mirage!
Stalagmite.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Then you weren't doing
Maybe
your
someone
jobs.
doesn't want us here. And the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
Well, with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
And moving to the next point. Oh, wait. She can explore a little bit. Biomutated animals.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Whirling
Armor
trouble!
won't save you.
Deny!
Winds of heaven! Burst forth!
Be
Every
still! Mirage!
These ones can run rings around us!
Stalagmite.
Be still! We did it!
I might switch and then I want to do RPGs, but I realize that's not
Leave the
such a small niche.
And the pummeling to me.
That'll bring you down.
I might just focus on multiplayer games.
In an
It's
instant!
like Midgar we played today, and that was pretty fun. But I'm also playing Star Wars, The
We
Fallen.
can really make weapons
I'm
with this?
enjoying that, but I don't think I would really do a stream on that one. And big green thing,
Little
44.
help!
Elusive
Lightning!
meteor.
Like the
Rotating
old
pile driver.
disasters made one! Maelstrom!
Take this!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Wait, we can't.
Here goes by the power of
Mirage!
I was like, where's the lock on for him?
I'm ready. I'll face you.
A wailing bandit
Take
alive! Watch him!
I can carve through armor.
Annihilation!
Dazzle!
Sealed!
I'll stop its
Can you
charge.
take
You
it?
think, Kisara?
Here I come!
Flame! Reload!
Take this.
Be still!
Here I go.
Mirage!
It's over!
Lightning thrust!
Seismic
Be
rupture.
still!
Alright, let's wrap that up.
Ready! This one's mine!
Spotify. Let's get something a little bit.
Lightning orb!
You picked the wrong fight!
In your dreams!
Oh, new Mystic Arts. Ooh, I like that. I definitely enjoyed that one. That was a good one. And remove the stun sacks. All right, we're good on that one. All right, so hold on, before I forget, there's a part in the front here I need to get. Circle back around. But yeah, no, after I finish Tails, I think we're gonna switch it up, do some co-op games, line that up, and then stick to the RPGs for the off screens. So I might do Final Fantasy some days, might rotate through. I just can't get into Grand Theft Auto. It's so much. Yep, these guys take them out. Lower that just in case.
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Demon Lad! This one! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Winds of Transcendence! Force! Cyclone! Too much to handle! Force evil!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Lancer! I'll be saving this one!
Seismic
Eruption!
Oh, there's multiple things going on at the same time here.
Take this.
Annihilation! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes.
Ready! Searing
Dance on the
flame!
wind.
Not on my watch! I never miss!
On your knees.
Denied.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. Every week, do 8 different multiplayer games to figure out which is the best
I know fine weapon material
co-op
when I
games
see it.
nowadays. All right, let's have these guys take each other out really
difficult
quick.
to predict.
Now you'll learn!
Here, let me help.
You're mine!
A wailing dancing of lightning!
They really don't give up, do they?
A whirling mega ray! Lightning!
I'm ready.
Try this!
Elusive deity.
Explosive ring!
Rotating pile driver.
Glacial Spear.
Elusive deity. Rotating pile driver. Take this.
Rising Wyvern!
I'll face you.
Luna Rondo! Rising Phoenix!
Can you take it?
Tempest Whirl!
Leave the charges to
I'm
me.
ready.
Puddle!
Blow away!
I actually also have to.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Run through that, and then hit the next part. Came through the top, so actually double back. Yeah, we got that. Got that
Those
part.
soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Here,
Let's go! Dance first aid!
Seismic rupture.
A change between heaven and earth!
It's on! Time to cross blades!
On your knees.
Crush!
Seal!
Pressure.
I'll be sealing this one.
Swallow blade.
Between heaven and earth.
Double demon fang.
Searing flame. Whirling banshee of lightning. Here I go.
Here I come. I'm nearly done for.
All right, let's get the rest of these guys out.
Not on my watch. Mega ray.
Take this. Mega sonic thrust. Pierce through. Demon line alpha.
Illuminate the
Rain
sun.
slash.
Come forth. Holy this one's mine. Holy lance. A chain between heaven and earth.
Water.
Here I come. Banshee of lightning. Spread.
Reflect on
Hear
my
me.
sin.
Flame of
Dragon
fury.
Slayer.
In your
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Dragon.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Dancing the wave of air.
Dragon swarm. Lightning thrust. Stardust.
I'll grind you into dust.
Mirage. Dragon swarm.
On your
Be
knees.
still.
Sleep now.
Stardust.
I'll be saving
Regenerative
you.
Crystal.
Dragon swarm.
In a
Oh,
bind.
get him.
Raging storm. Forward healing sound.
Resonate with the earth.
Dragon swarm.
Searing flame.
Raising
Do it.
war.
Say. Blow them away.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way to the back and then run through that, verify what's going on. Reminds me of Mega
An
Man.
opponent like this should be easy.
Resonate with the earth.
Pierce evil.
Stop them.
Disasters made one. Come forth, the helix of purity.
Shattering
Leave the agile ones to me.
Slash.
Hear my call.
Crush.
Spread. Light
Eternal devastation.
Burning
I'll
strike.
face you.
Raging storm.
Rising water.
Spear. Pierce evil.
Bloody
It's
attack.
done.
On
I'm
your
prison.
knees. Air pressure.
Here I come.
Now you see what I can do.
Not today.
Annihilation. This one's mine. Now.
More. Say.
Blow them away.
Will this
You're
help?
mine.
Disasters made one.
Can you
Severing
The
winds.
helix of purity.
Soaring light
I'm sorry
spear.
to trouble you.
Annihilation.
Dragon
Mega
swarm.
ray.
Dance.
Art
No
seal.
further.
Do it.
Kisara. All yours, Kisara.
Ooh, that's a new one. Obelisk Blade. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Well, there's the Regenerative Crystal I needed. It's a 50-50. It will revive as needed. I think we got two of them. Okay, two Regenerative Crystals we can run with. Straight ahead to the last point.
Little help.
Demon fang.
Confiscated.
Deity.
Eat dirt.
Lunar corruption.
Rotating pile driver.
Lunar blast.
Honestly, I don't think this one's been long at all to
Then you
be.
leave me no choice.
Rising thrust. Dragon swarm.
Air heavy. Wailing banshee of lightning.
I can handle it.
A whirling struggle. To die next.
Mission. Sword Rain Alpha.
First force.
Blow away.
Gemini Alpha.
Be still.
Everlasting dust.
Dazzle.
I'm only getting
Take
started.
this.
Forward that team by the power of water. Annihilation. This one's mine. More
Catapult.
for the
Can't get out of this.
You're mine. Sword Rain
Ready.
Alpha.
Far enough.
Do it.
Shield.
This one's got your
Roll
name
the
on
next
it.
To
ones.
ashes.
Those
Here they
ones
come.
not on my watch.
Dragon. This one's all mine.
I'm ready.
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Little help. Sighted.
Into everlasting dust.
This guy's really hitting me really hard.
I
Can
won't
we
show you
chill?
any mercy.
On your
Mirage.
Raging
Dragon
cascade.
swarm.
I'm ready.
Doubling. In an instant. Impact cross.
Illuminate the dark.
Oh, God, where'd they go? They just dropped down from the mountain.
In the wind. Air thrust. Hero. Photon flash. Spread.
Now or never.
Do it. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
I need to be stronger.
Ooh, that's a nice chunk of change we're gonna save for later. Oh, teleporter. Oh, let's see what we got. The cutscene, enjoy this beauty.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
So they don't deem them differently?
What the?
Lies. The particle beam cannon's about to eat you.
Alphen.
You again.
It's rude.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself.
What else
But
should they do with that?
They said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
No. She's not worth
You don't
the time.
act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it.
I mean, that's what we hope for at this rate, but we never know.
Word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
That's
You
kind of
mean
creepy.
all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
Straight out of pass.
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus.
So where did it
For
go
all
at
we
the end
know,
of it?
Perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden. That's all.
Ooh.
So that was my ancestor, huh?
Yep, that was
It
your
was like
ancestor.
looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Oh, wait, before I even wreck myself that way. Do we even have a teleporter? Oh, healing Q. Okay. Alright, because now, wait, before we do the skill panel, we got 2,000. Let's do... three right there. There's a lot of spells. Dear gosh. I want to say this is like the closest one that they have. Okay. Also, it would behoove me to run smart into this. Alright, let's see who's the big bad we got going on this time.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
Oh,
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Untitled Destiny I did. Eternia I didn't do. Untitled Destiny 2.
Summoning?
I don't know. Maybe.
But that's
Symphonia?
preposterous. She never had that kind of power
We
when...
can talk later. Here it comes.
You need to deal with that. Tales of Rebirth didn't do. Leginia. Tales of Abyss.
What? I've never known Faria to control
that was
Zoogles
really
like that
good.
before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously
Tales
like a
of Despair, I
master
think I did a little bit
Where
of
did you get her
that.
hands on that?
First, we handle the Zoogles.
Those are
Then
Grace,
we
I
get
think
some
I skipped.
answers.
Go for the weak point!
Regalia 1 and 2, I
Allow me
believe
to
I
help you.
did.
By the power of
Elusive
water!
deity!
Blended flash!
Rotating pile driver! Shine!
Tales of Faria. I have
Another incantation
that
ruin!
I owe you one.
Stalagmite!
Lightning thrust! It's on!
Tempest!
Rising Phoenix!
Elusive
Illuminate the
deity!
dark!
Rotating
Holy
pile
Circle!
driver!
Holy Glimmer! Holy
Be
Lamp!
still!
On your
Mirage! Eater!
Oh.
I owe you
That
one.
was going down pretty quickly, okay.
Lightning thrust!
I
On
can
your
carve
knees.
through armor!
Far enough!
Be still!
Bring you down.
Sleep is not in your dreams!
Lightning thrust!
Dance in the wind!
Now! While it's reeling!
Take it down!
Mirage! Lightning thrust!
Bloody
Winds of
hell!
heaven! First
It's
annihilation!
on!
By the power of flame!
Burn!
Vanish cyclone! Dance
Be
in the
still!
wind!
Mirage!
Sleep world!
Dazzle!
Now!
You!
Dohalim! In an instant! Impact cross!
Purge malevolence!
Come on!
Oh, halfway done already, okay.
Mirage!
Yeah, these bosses are usually going down pretty quickly.
Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning
A
thrust!
whirling struggle!
In a bind?
Winds
Be
of heaven!
still!
First
Mirage! Here comes a big one!
Gemini Aqua!
Mirage!
Here, let me help! I'll be saving
Lightning
you!
thrust!
Raging Cascade!
Dazzle!
Strike!
It's too much!
Resistance all day!
Mirage! Lightning thrust!
Sleep world!
Anything in
Fire
the universe
and
will
Tarnigan!
regenerate!
Be
A
still!
charge like that could
Coyote
easily
one.
be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
In here!
Elusive
Archer!
deity!
Alright, get this one.
Rotating pile driver!
This one's
Be
mine.
still!
Thanks
Mirage!
so much!
What in the world?
Dohalim!
Sorry, I'm alright.
Thanks.
I'm still standing.
Denied.
I can
Annihilation!
carve through armor! The earth throbs
the
in
shadows.
pain.
By the power
Mirage!
of flame!
Lightning thrust!
Without a trace!
Take
Dragon
that, almost
form!
impressed. High praise
Almost.
coming from life.
I said
You may
almost.
be strong,
Carried
but
away.
I'll never back
Heal my
down!
weary companion.
By the power of flame! A
No
wailing
arts is being interrupted.
Mirage!
I mean, I got interrupted, but you want to see me complain about it?
Mirage!
It's weakened.
Burn it out! This ends now!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Raging
Shine!
storm!
Radiant light!
Resistance
Force of
killer!
regeneration!
It's gonna attack!
Right. Watch out.
Dohalim! In an instant!
Go in,
Impact
and your
cross!
girl, okay? And your girl, so we're not doing this all day.
Now it's just her! Faria! Can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
So we need to put her out.
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
you? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit.
Wait, can we see
I'll
who it
take
is?
Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously
First
blame
of all,
yourself for what
Faria
happened to her, do you?
She dealt a
Somebody
bad
got to
hand.
her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No,
Wow, they're
the
really
opposite,
going
in
about
fact.
this.
You...
All right, give me my time
I'm glad we
crunch.
could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Let me guess, the red woman's gonna show up.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from?
Dang, I killed the
It's
remote
almost
today.
like it's alive.
Ew, what in the Resident Evil heck? What the fudge is going on? I was not prepared for any of this, guys.
Alphen!
So she converted the energy, it went dark. Is that what really happened?
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it.
Like what?
The end of time.
No.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
You were what? Ended it faster?
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Xion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe... Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No,
Wait, what do you mean?
more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that? If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for.
Oblivion,
But
the
why?
impact. What?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Dress them up in all different colors and get different rangers.
Let's
I
keep
just thought
moving.
about it.
If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Xion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
Not if you really want to be about that life, sir.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Sometimes, you know, you don't always have to get the truth.
Finally.
All her armor all looks like it's some big old hefty thing.
We begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way.
The way is going to be...
Soon, we might very well learn the truth. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens, I'm determined to save
Double check if we're missing anything here. More
Do you
talks about Freya.
That
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm
This is
curious
your
what we'll
room?
find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Maybe it's like where they're cloning them.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment.
Are they?
That must be the master course. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden.
So...
Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
Most likely.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful.
It's Alphen. Who else would it be?
Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
What did you think at this point they did? Did Buddy really not think about this?
It's fine, really.
Like, did he really
What about
just
the
think
others?
they just...
Was I the only one?
Basically, yeah, that's what he said.
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
Oh, the Voron's gonna be the bad guy at the end.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
To pour all the energy into the tube.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
Most likely.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
At this point, I mean...
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
How about you back it up and then you download
Not that
it?
I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
Alright, while he's reading, going
So
through all
this is where
that,
Alf only
we're gonna call it for the evening and take care of some other matters. We'll be back Thursday after the state of play. Stop. That's it. All right, perfect. Thanks guys for chilling here and being here. We're wrapping up. I will catch you Thursday night. Might get a video up in time Wednesday. If not, I'll run it for the following week. Not gonna rush it out. With that, good night, good morning, good evening, however you